So this video is about problem number 3 and problem number 4. So where I need to find the subarray which adds a given number. So let's say our sum equal to 33 and the array is 1, 7, 20, 10, 3 and anything 11. So our output should be these three, because if we add these three, it is adding up to number 33. So to solving this problem, I initially came up with a solution where it's gonna take a big of n square, because my solution had two for loops. So one will start at the first element and the inner loop traverse through the rest of the elements to find the sum. So if the sum matches to the sum, then it's gonna return. If not, it just move on to the next element. So that is gonna be big of n square. So I had another solution for this problem where I need to so basically what I'm gonna do is I will have int variable that's gonna be current sum. So initially it will be holding information about a of 0, so which is this one, and then every time I will just use a for loop to traverse the list, and every time I explore new element, it's gonna add up. So every time new element adds, it's gonna add to the current sum. So every time it adds up, I will have to compare with the sum, whether if it is equal to 33 or not. So if it is not 33, if it exceeds number 33, I will be deducting the first element and I will check it. Even if the number exceeds, then I will deduct the second element too. So that's how I initially came up with the solution. But for writing a program, I took some help from Google. So basically logic, what it does is so when I traverse through the list, initial element is 1. So the next time when we explore new element, it will be a 7. So next time it's gonna be a 7. So 7 plus 1, 8. So current sum is holding information about 8, and the next element is 20. So current sum equal to 20 plus 80, 28. So next time it is current sum equal to 28 plus 10, 38. Since I have a 38, I have to deduct the first element, the one which I explored first. So current sum now will be holding 37. So 37 is still greater than 33. So I will have to deduct this number. So far I explored till here, till number 10. So now I will have to deduct this the 7. So now current sum will have information about 30. So 30 is less than 33. So my pointer, now again I would start traversing from here to next. So now it will find out number 33. So let's imagine if it doesn't have any number 3, I'll just return false, because it doesn't have any, it's not holding any subarrays which is gonna adds up to this number. So now we have a number 3 here. So in this case it should return indexes of these numbers 2 to 4. So basically the program looks like we need initially we need something that is holding information about 1, which is element 0. So I will just take one variable um, start equal to 0 because it is gonna be a starting point. And like I said, I will be taking current sum. This is c underscore s. I'm taking this array as a. So basically this is just a positive integers. So every time I compare, every time I traverse the new list, there is no way we gonna if once we get the once we get the sum which is greater than 33, there is no way we are gonna come back because we don't have any negative integers in the list. So I think comparing would be the best solution. So current sum, like I said, it's gonna hold the first element information, which is 1. Now I will be using for I in a range 0 to length of a minus 1. So I'll be traversing till here. So by then I will be having a solution. So now I will so I will have to add these numbers. So I will have to add each element to the current sum. So now, okay, current sum equal to current sum plus, so we should keep it 0. So we can do from 0. If we do a of 0, then we will have to do from 1. So in this case, we don't know if maybe in some problems solution may come from first element. So I'll be doing from 0. I will just change it to 0. Instead of assigning it to first element, I will do integer 0. So now this is where the comparison comes from. So while, so now we already know sum equal to 33. So we will be, so this is our main loop, main condition. So while current sum is greater than 33, is greater than sum is 33. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna deduct this element, current sum equal to current sum minus a of start, or a of start. So this is a of 0 in this case. So now, since we already removed start, we will increment it for the next time. Start equal to start plus 1. Right? So after this, we have to compare if current sum, okay, current sum equal to sum. So we have some information, so we will be just print. So from here, if you see, we are removing start. So we are removing start here. If our solution comes from 20, we don't have to like point these two elements. So we just have to solve. Start pointer is already here because we are incrementing start equal to start plus 1, because these two, if you remember here, we are deducting these two elements. So now start is where our solution, our element is starting. So we will be returning string of start. Actually, print so it is like problem is continuous subarray which adds a given number. So given number has been found. Given number has been found at string of start and string of I, because we need we traverse till I, so we will be returning till I. So if we see the solution, so what we are doing is we are taking a sum. Sum is already given by the user, which we pass it into the parameter into the function. Start is the variable where we are initially taking an element, and then depends on the result, depends on the adding element, depends on the current sum, we will be eliminating a of start every time we see number more than the sum value. So here we are just, I think it shouldn't be having here, because it should I will just add it here because it doesn't make any sense to add it here. So I'll just, if I is less than length of a, then I will do current sum equal to current sum plus a of I. If we do here, it's not gonna pass through all these conditions, so I'm just adding at the end. Okay, so if we just take this as an example, so initially it's gonna start from 1. It is checking whether the sum is greater than the current sum or not. Current sum is greater than sum or not. So in this case it is false. It is not going into this condition. So it is going to so next it will check for this if condition. Current sum is not equal to sum, so it will just move on from here. It just adds the current sum equal to current sum plus current sum is 0 in our case, plus current sum of 0 is 1. So our whole so current sum is now holding information of 1, first element, and then it will move on. So it just processes through this condition, and once it reaches to 20, once it reaches to 33, the start is already incremented twice, because we already detected these two elements. So now start is at number 20. So we are returning given number has been found at start of string. So string of start. So start is like 2 in this case, because it is holding index, and then we traverse it till here. So now it is holding information of I. So if it is true, it's gonna return start and I. So these are the indexes. If not, it just add current sum to the next element every time. Yeah, so this is I think I forgot the function. So the function looks like define max element. So what we're gonna pass into this array is array and the sum. Yeah, and everything looks same. So we do start equal to 0, and then for loop, and then we will not have any we don't write any condition here. So because we add this one at the end, because we wanted to check this condition first before adding it to the current sum. So after for loop, I will just have a while loop. I just have a code. I forgot to have a function, so I just added a function, and I'm just copying it here. So after while if statement, and then another if statement. Yeah, so this is like basically how my function looks like. So this problem should be answering for problem number 3 and problem number 4. Yeah, this will be it. Thank you.